So we just got up to the range today. I'm here with my good buddy Ryan.
How's it going?
Uh, it's going to be a hot one. We got here early enough. It's only about only 100 right now, about 90, 95, 97. So it's going to be climbing fast. But most of you, if you've watched my videos in the past, Ryan's been on the show multiple times. He runs a precious metals coin shop in Carlsbad, California. He can tell you about that. But he was just explaining to me what's happening, with sellers right now. He's seeing a lot of sellers because of these all-time high gold and silver prices. And I was really stunned to find out that when it comes down to gold eagles versus gold buffaloes, that they're paying more for gold buffaloes now than they are gold eagles. I thought that was really interesting. But tell us more about that and tell us what you're seeing in the market at the shop right now. What's going on?
Yeah, so at the shop, it's probably about 90% sellers of like the total volume that we do is people coming in selling because they either need the money for bills, mortgage.
How many, what's the percentage of people coming in because they need the money versus they just want the money?
That's a good question. Probably about 50-50.
Okay.
Because there are people who will sell to, just for a trip or something like that, miscellaneous costs. But then some people, hey, I need to make this mortgage payment or commercial real estate. I have a few people coming in bringing in a lot of metal for commercial real estate that they need cash flow for.
Yeah. So houses, commercial real estate, businesses.
Yeah.
I know last time we were talking, people were coming in a lot for businesses because they were behind.
Yeah, businesses are struggling, so they need some money to make payroll and just keep it going.
And while we're on that topic, it almost seems like they're almost purposely flushing out the weak hands in order to get more gold out of the market or out of the seller's hands and into certain buyers' hands maybe. But it's almost like, purposely like putting pressure on people to sell, that their businesses, their homes are behind, whatever. And so what do they have to sell? Gold. And there's always going to be buyers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And the people who sold, because this has been happening since gold broke 2000. So now the people who sold at 2000 missed out on $1,300 worth of profit because they needed the cash, and they'll probably just continue to do that.
Yeah.
Gold will continue to travel up, and all the people who sold at these prices are unfortunately just going to miss out on the returns.
Right. But you got to do what you got to do. If your business is behind, your mortgage is behind, but these people are probably on borrowed time no matter what. They're just buying time. So talk about how gold buffaloes, you're paying more for gold buffaloes than gold eagles at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Because those are the one coin that I'm actually selling quite a bit of. When they come into the store, I'll hold on to them because when people do buy gold, it's usually gold buffaloes just because it's 24 karat. It's a nice product. And gold eagles are coming in a lot more frequently. So the buy side on our wholesale end is lower than the buffalo.
Interesting. So very interesting. Where do you see this all going? Personally, I see this is just the beginning. I think that we're going to see massive runs in the metals. That's my opinion. But if you connect the dots with what's happening geopolitically, what's happening in the economy, inflation, wars, all the uncertainty, the chaos around the world, of course, inflation doesn't seem to be going away either. In fact, we're seeing it bouncing back. And if they do cut rates, or when they do cut rates, that's just going to open up the door to even more inflation. And I would think that we're going to see a massive run at that point. But what are your thoughts? You do this every day. What are your thoughts on prices?
So I think we're probably in like fourth or fifth inning. I still think we got a good chunk to go part of this bull market. I think when we see the end of it, I think it'll be more like a mania of people coming in and buying a lot. Yeah. And I think that'll kind of signal, okay, maybe it's getting a little overheated right now.
Right.
But until then, I think metals are, again, probably the most attractive place to put any money.
Yeah. We're talking today. Where else do you go? Where else do you go, Ryan?
It's a good question.
If you had $10,000 today, $100,000 today, well, if you put it in the bank, you're losing probably 20 to 30% of your money to inflation. If you put it in crypto, you're taking a big gamble. So what are your choices? Where else do you go?
Yeah, that's why I, again, would recommend metals.
Yeah. So where do you see prices by the end of this year? Now we're in the second half of the summer, a lot happening. There's now the threat that the courts could reverse tariffs and stop the administration's tariffs, which could just throw the table over with what's happening in the economy. I mean, could you imagine if they stop the tariffs, what would happen to the stock market? Tariffs have been very, very good for the stock market. But could you imagine what would happen to the stock market if they were able to stop these tariffs right now? What would happen? It would be utter chaos.
Yeah, and that's something again very hard to predict. And I think gold and silver would thrive in that unpredictability.
But are they
Because they're
predicting
like
something right now with these all-time highs?
gold and silver predicting something.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
they're not going up because they're just going up. There's a reason behind it.
Yeah,
There's usually
I think
they're
there is
usually
that.
an indicator of something. They usually predict something ahead: war, uncertainty, inflation, collapse, weak economy, weak dollar, things like that. Right. So it's
Yeah.
telling us something's coming.
Yeah, and I think that uncertainty is driving the price, and I think that'll continue into the future with the tariffs, with markets being crazy. So
Where do you think gold will land up at the end of the year?
um, I'd say 4,000.
I think you
I
could be
say
close.
that. I think I try to be conservative.
Yeah.
I've heard 10,000, 15,000. I think it's a little aggressive, so I try
Yeah.
to be reasonable. And I
So
think
around
4,000.
4,000.
Yeah,
Silver.
maybe like 3,700 to 4,000.
Okay.
And then silver, I like to see over 40.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
because we're only a few percent away.
Yeah, if we close out the year at 38 to 4,000 on gold, and you got silver over 40, nice. If you've been stacking this stuff, but also there's another side to it too, that things are getting worse, that the economy's getting worse. There's more chaos, probably more war, more uncertainty. So I know there's a lot of people cheerleading that these metals go up. Personally speaking, I've said this many times. I'd love to see them below 2,000. I'd like to see silver, back at $25, 20, whatever, and everything be peaceful, and the economy just doing incredibly well, inflation coming down. I don't think that's going to happen. I agree with a lot of the economists out there that believe that we should be raising interest rates, not cutting interest rates, because we cut rates, we're going right back to what started all of this. You're going to cause a lot of inflation. Good for the people that own gold and silver. It's going to be good for me. I'm going to make a lot of money. It's going to be very, very bad for the individual who's working paycheck to paycheck, who's sitting on some cash. They're going to be absolutely wiped out by inflation. They're going to get your cash one way or the other. We're either going to see bail-ins, bailouts, or the inflation is going to get so high that your cash is just going to disappear. And this is why I'm an advocate for gold and silver. I don't give financial advice, but I sit here and discuss my daily life, what my friends are doing, family, what I'm doing. And like Ryan said, like we were talking today, where else do you put money?
It's a good question. I would say, again, if you have a business or something like that you could invest in, that might be a good return. But other than that, I think there's not too many avenues that would be like a really good
and
place
very
to put
risky
it.
time too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to see more businesses close in 2025 than ever before. It's very, very risky. But if you can do it, God bless you. Be your own boss, start a business. That's wonderful. But it is a very, very dangerous time to be doing that stuff. So, also, what are your thoughts on crypto right now? We're seeing crypto's doing very, very well.
Mhm.
Your thoughts?
I'm not too sure what to make of crypto because I know XRP. I have a lot of people coming in selling gold for XRP
Mhm.
because they think it's going to be the new banking currency and banks are going to have to push it up. And there's so much speculation that that's something I stay away from. Again, the risk there I don't think is worth it.
Outweighs
especially
the
at
reward.
Yeah, so that's something I stay away from.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do a little bit more research, but who knows?
Yeah. I just find it that when you buy something that's pretty much made out of thin air, that they can press a button and stop, that I need a computer to access and power. I need energy, electricity, and a computer. If that goes down, you're done. Gold, I can get to in minutes. I can go anywhere in the world, convert it to any currency in the world. It could probably be converted to any crypto in the world. So why not go to the source that has a 5,000-year history? My opinion. Be as diversified as you want, gamble as much as you want, gamble as much as you can lose. But at some point, you got to be prepared for tough times. And we're talking cyber attacks, grids down. That means that the cryptos will be absolutely worthless. But I still believe to this day, and I know it's going to offend a lot of people, but it's my opinion. I think it's a big, fat, giant Ponzi scheme. And to see, how this government is getting so tied up into it, while we're watching central banks around the world in China, Russia, and India stockpiling so much gold at this point, and we're talking about cryptos, they're talking about a hard, tangible asset like gold. I don't know. Somebody's going to be proven right. Somebody's going to be proven wrong. But gold and silver have a 5,000-year history, and it's never going to be worth zero. Nobody can say that about a crypto. Crypto can be wiped off the planet in a second. Gold cannot be destroyed. Anything else?
No, I think that was good.
So out here getting a little training today. Let's switch gears a little bit. Why be training? A lot of people just don't get and understand, the importance of getting in shape and having utility. You're a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. You come out, you train out here at the range. The importance of just not lifting weights and going to the gym, but having the utility to defend and protect your assets and yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in that, like you just said, grid down, something unexpected situation, if you have a diversified skill range, then it'll help you get through it easier than if you're just, flying blind, have no skills, can't defend yourself physically. So I think it just kind of makes a more diversified approach to prepping.
Right. And we've seen so much crime in this country. I've never saw this amount of crime growing up as I see now. And I think it's more important than ever to have skill sets. First off, gold and silver will not protect you. Your skills will. And everybody reverts back to their skills when something happens. If you jump in the water, you revert to your swimming skills. You jump on a bike, you know how to ride a bike. Why don't you have the skills to defend yourself and your family? I think everybody should have those skills, and everybody should have their kids learning those skills too. I think it's so important. It's more important than gold and silver, because if you can't protect your stuff, what good is it? If you can't protect the people, your loved ones and your family, what's the point of even living if you cannot protect yourself? I mean, think about if something happened today, you're going to resort back to your skills. And you have to ask yourself, what are your skills? What are they?
So that's what it should be, a physical thing, jiu-jitsu, boxing, some MMA, know how to work firearms.
Yep.
And then a tactical trade.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. So we're going to get a little workout in today. It was nice for Ryan to come out and spend a few hours up here. And just want to check in with everybody. We'll throw a little bit more on this video as we go. But I hope everybody's having a good day. Stay tuned. If you need to get a hold of Ron, you're down in the San Diego area. Make sure to check him out. Go in and say hi. If you need some gold or silver, go say hi.
Yeah, it's First National Bullion in Carlsbad. Phone number 760-253-8072. So I'll answer. I'll help you out. If you even just want advice, hey, what should I do here? How do I sell stuff? Just let me know.
Phone number again?
760-253-8072.
So, yeah, if you get a chance, you're in San Diego, stop in and say hi to Ryan. He's a great guy. Other than that, we get this workout in. So just wrapping it up today. It's starting to approach about 1:15 out there, so we're going to wrap it up. But just some closing words with Ryan while he's out here. I don't get to see him all the time, but, a lot of people out there are quitting. A lot of people are giving up. A lot of divorces, a lot of people going back to boozing and drugs and all that. And, I highly advise you don't do that. Stay busy. One of the best things you can do right now is stay busy, stay productive, stay working. You sit at home all day and you have all day to think. It's not good. It's the healthiest when you're out there producing, making something, being productive, hustling, starting a business, even working for somebody. But just staying busy, I think, is really important. We were talking about.
Yeah, keep them busy, and that will get some momentum going further. You're not going to just sit and kind of spiral if you're on the couch or going through hard times. That's like the best alternative. Is always going to be to work hard and keep doing your best no matter what situation you might be in.
Yeah, staying on the X, staying stagnant is a really, really bad strategy. Keep structure in your life, stay busy, stay with the training, keep, reading, keep absorbing knowledge. And I would say most of all, as I always do, stay close to God. That's the most important asset. It's absolutely free. God's open 24 hours a day. Ask him for strength, ask him for direction. But remember this, God's not going to just do everything for you. God gave you free will. He's going to head you, into directions, but it's up to you if you go through those doors and you move forward or you don't move at all, which is bad. God doesn't want you stagnant. God doesn't want you sitting on the couch all day. God doesn't want you not working. God wants you productive. God wants you absorbing knowledge. God wants you training. God wants you getting in better shape. God wants you out there making money, starting businesses, being as independent as you humanly can be. Don't be dependent on the system. The police may not be there to help you. If your bank's shut down, your crypto shut down, you're in big trouble. You're effed. You are in the system. Make sure that you have something outside of the system. That's why I'm adamant about holding cash out of the bank, gold, silver, having food and water, things like that. And I'm not saying take all your money out of the bank. I'm not saying don't buy crypto. I'm not saying don't buy stocks. But you better be prepared for the worst case scenario, because that day is coming. And what you have is what you have. The things and the digits on a computer are going to be worthless because you're not going to be able to access it. And what if nobody wants your crypto? They either want cash. Maybe they don't even want cash. They want gold. They want silver. They want God's money. I'm going to let you close this one today. Anything?
Yeah, just encouragement for those people who are going through tough times. Just keep working. I think that's all I got.
Just don't quit.
Yeah, don't
just
quit.
Keep grinding.
Stick with it.
Keep grinding.
So it'll pay off.
It'll pay off. Yep. I mean, the odds are much more in your favor if you're doing something versus not doing anything at all. Doing nothing, staying static, staying on the X will only guarantee failure. Put the odds in your favor, be productive, keep doing something, keep hustling, keep grinding, keep working. 3 jobs, 4 jobs, whatever. This is going to be a brutal economy, ladies and gentlemen, and this is not going to get better in a year. I guarantee you that. We could be in for many, many bad years of a downturn here. And this is why I've been making videos for many, many years to tell people to be preparing to absorb the blow that is coming, to lighten the load a little bit. Many people didn't. They did the opposite. They went out, they bought the Dodge Chargers, the Challengers, they took the, they took the triple P loans, they took the stimulus money, went on a vacation, went to Vegas, all that. Those people are in big trouble now. Don't be one of those people. If you have the means and the ability right now, keep building up the war chest, keep getting yourself in shape, keep adding skills, keep grinding. God bless. Take care. Talk to all of you soon. 1:15 for all the people who doubt.